Okay, this is the ad remix project. This is the next step after you've opened up your advertisement. You're going to want to start to think about how are you going to remix the original ad to change a negative media message into something more positive or draw attention to the negative messaging that's included in this advertisement. So what I'm going to do next is change the tagline. So most of your ads will have some sort of tagline, like a catchphrase that's symbolizes what the ad's all about, the brand, what they're selling. So this ad says the ultimate attraction. And I want to change that tagline because right now it's saying the ultimate attraction is a woman who's naked without seeing her face. She's objectified. So I want to change this, flip the message into saying the ultimate repulsion, meaning something that's disgusting. This is a disgusting ad that's harmful to people who are, especially to women who are taking in these messages. So in order to change your tagline, there's a couple ways you can do that. So one of the things is well, first of all, I showed you the zoom tool in the last video. You can zoom in by using the magnifying glass. All your tools are over here on the left-hand side. One thing you can do is you can just erase the some of the taglines. So your eraser is found underneath your paintbrush. There's these little drop down arrows in the corner. Click on the drop down arrow and slide down to get your eraser tool. That's where it is. And I can come over here and I can just erase the word that I don't want to be using, and I'm going to cover over it with a different text. The way to change the brush size is up here at the top. It says brush. And next to that, there's a number and a little circle. That's the size of your brush. So you can use the slider and make the eraser as big or as small as you want. So the only thing is when you erase, because this image is already compressed, you're going to be seeing through to the background of the image. So it's going to be transparent behind it. So the eraser, once you erase it, you might want to fill it in with a color so that it's not just a transparent background. So once you use your eraser, you can then go get your brush tool. And that is also on the drop-down menu. Same thing where your eraser tool is, it's the brush tool right here. Click on your brush tool. And then you can just color over that. Now you want to select a color that kind of integrates nicely into the ad. So you can come down to your color palette at the bottom. Always click on the top square. That's your top foreground color. And you can use the slider to choose whatever color you want to brush in the background, and then slide it around to get the shade that you want. So if you want a darker brown, you would go down low. If you want a lighter orange, lighter brown, you go up top. I'm going to use red because there's a lot of red in this ad to try to match that. And red kind of represents anger to me, so that would make sense to use that color. So I'm going to use red, click OK, and then make sure you're back on your brush tool and you're selected the size of the brush that you want. And you can have a soft brush like this number 24, or you can use more of a harder brush. So I'm going to use a harder brush to fill it in more, and I'm going to just fill in this area before I use my text tool. Okay, so that's one way to get rid of some of the parts of the image that you don't want by using that brush tool and the eraser. So again, those are found over on the left-hand side, brush tool and eraser, and each one you can change by coming up top and using the sliding scale. If you want a brush that's like softer, you can click on this softer one, and if you notice when I paint on my ad, it's going to be a little bit more light. It's almost like an airbrush. Okay, and Control Z, if you want to undo something, Command Z undoes what you did last. If you made a mistake, just Control Z. So there you have it. That's the brush and the eraser tool. And the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and add in some text on there so that you can change that tagline. Okay, so first think about what it is that you want to change your new tagline to.